Jeremiah 6 verse 16 is a verse that I love so much. It says, stand at the crossroads, see and ask for the ancient paths. And when you have found the ancient paths, walk therein. I love how this metaphor comes to Jeremiah. God says to Jeremiah, go and stand at the crossroads. And when you are there, because of the intersection, make a decision. In other words, intersections prompt us to make a decision, either to proceed, to turn left or right, to go or even go back. But I hope we don't go back. And in this instance, Jeremiah comes strongly and he speaks to the children of Israel saying, since God is God, decide what you want for your lives. And when you have done so, you will find rest and peace for your souls. He says, stand at the crossroads, investigate, inquire, find out where is the ancient path and walk in it. So Jeremiah speaks to the children of Israel. After saying these words, the children of Israel are invited to make a decision of what they want to do, where they are going, and how they will go. Here's the interesting thing. Jeremiah says to the people, see, but after seeing, ask. Jeremiah was simply saying to us today, do not trust the eye, trust the ear. For a simple, basic reason. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing comes by the word of God. After we see things, we must not accept them to be empirical knowledge of what is, but after believing by the ear, then we can walk, because what looks palatable to the eye may not necessarily be what is good. So what does Jeremiah say? Stand, investigate, pause, ask. So they do ask, and in their asking, they must not trust their eye, they must trust their ear, because there's only one way of eternal rectitude, one path of eternal rectitude. It is the way of Jesus, and that is why he says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So in asking, we come to a point where we realize this is the way that our parents walked, our forefathers walked. So we choose to walk in that way because it has been walked by Father Abraham, Moses, and all these people that we can talk of, our forefathers, the patriarchs of our faith. So we choose a path because it has been traversed by people before us. When you go into a tourist area, you don't begin to beat for yourself a new path because you'll get lost. But you walk in a path that has been already made out for you. So we walk in this path that we may get a clear understanding of how the people before us walked, so that we can gain strength to face the future after they victored and came to a wonderful destination. Today we are called to the primitive paths, the ancient paths that seem primitive, that are old. Old things today have become so fashionable. We talk of the antique cars, we talk of old furniture, we talk of many things that are of old. But today Christ is talking to us in the spiritual realm of things, that we get to the ancient path. If it is primitive to read the spirit of prophecy, so be it. If it is primitive to read the word of God daily, so be it. If it is primitive to keep the Sabbath, so be it. Whatever it is that is primitive, considered primitive, and yet wonderful in the sight of God, I invite you today to do what God says you must do. When you come to the crossroads, choose the right path. And that is why the wise man once said, there are many pretended ways. There's a way that seems right unto a man, but the end of it is destruction. We must choose a path that begins with God. It is not how the path begins that should determine our choosing, but it is the destiny of the path that determines our choosing. Choose Zion, choose the destination of Zion, and walk with Jesus in this path, because the ancient path is managed by the Ancient of Days.